Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Epic here and welcome back to another episode of Borderlands Breaking News. Guys, I am sorry for the delay, but I've just got back from Los Angeles and I have a lot to talk about. This is going to be the first of many videos coming out over the next few days, so guys, if you're not already subbed to the channel, please make sure you are and leave a comment down below what you're most excited about from what we talk about today. Let's get started with some great Borderlands breaking news. First of all, let's talk about the biggest news, what you clicked on. You know we don't like to tease you here. We get to the stuff that you clicked on right away. The Watcher is back in Borderlands 4. Yes, you heard that right. That's right, during one of the Vault missions that was shown off at the gameplay event, there was a Guardian who was talking to the player, and if you look at the name of the Guardian on the subtitles, it says none other than the Watcher. It's followed by dialogue that says, "Call me Guardian, call me Watcher, call me the cold air on your neck, I am many." And I do want to say that this screenshot is from Crypto's Twitter. I'll leave that in the description down below. Big thank you to Crypto for grabbing the screenshot. Now also, I'm not sure if you can tell, but my throat is pretty rough. My throat has been destroyed, so please forgive me for that. Leave a comment letting me know what you think destroyed my throat. Wait, pause. Now, what is really interesting about this is that when I watched this, it didn't quite make sense to me, because I could have sworn when I played the mission, that Guardian was not called the Watcher, but it did sound like the Watcher, and this immediately brought up some alarm bells, like, hold on a second, was this something they kept a secret until the gameplay reveal event? And the answer is yes. That's right, in case you've got any doubts in your mind, take a look at this screenshot here where you can see that in the gameplay reveal event that I had previously covered, this Guardian was known as the Watching Gi. So this is one of the biggest reveals that we've had yet, and not too many people, or rather not enough people, are talking about it, but it is huge news. The Watcher is back in Borderlands 4, but we're gonna have to see what purpose it plays when we actually play the game in September. Now, moving on, we're not gonna touch on this for too long, but I do want to give you guys a spoiler heads up that multiple legendaries have been shown off due to creators receiving golden keys at the play event. Now, I'm not a big fan of this, I don't really support it, and as such I don't want to showcase it, but if you want to find the screenshots, they are basically all over Twitter. And yeah, a lot of legendaries have been shown off, so just be wary about that if you are avoiding spoilers. Now, next up, let's talk about photo mode. This was confirmed to not be in Borderlands 4 a couple of days ago, but due to community feedback, Gearbox have once again actioned and confirmed via Graham Timmins that Borderlands 4 will receive photo mode after launch in a free update. This is once again as a result of community feedback. Gearbox are listening as they have been. Another great change for Borderlands 4. This is an all-around dub. Now, speaking of Graham Timmins, when I was at the Borderlands 4 play event, I got to speak to him and learn some very interesting things directly, and we are going to make a separate video going over this again and going a little more in depth, but in a nutshell, it sounds like dedicated farming has been fixed in Borderlands 4. Graham Timmins told myself at the Borderlands 4 play event that now they are changing how drop rates will work from bosses. In BL3, if an enemy dropped 5 items, the enemy still would only have just one item pool, and that item pool would have a chance to drop maybe 20%. If you did get the 20% to roll in your favor, you would then roll through the 5 items for a chance at any one of them. And this was a big issue, and you may have heard the term thrown around, crowded loopholes. You may have heard about this before. Well, in Borderlands 4, that is completely changing. Graham explained that now, in Borderlands 4, every single item in the enemy's pool will have its own pool, and there is a chance to grab from that pool whenever you kill the enemy, meaning theoretically now, it is possible to get all 5 of those items from the boss on your first kill. Now that does not mean that the rates have been increased, and that does not mean they have been decreased either. It simply means that now a boss that would have had a crowded loot pool before now no longer does. Any item they put on a boss is just another thing it can drop. It's not going to eat up the drop you're actually going after. So an all-around great choice there, and a really, I can't stress this enough, really great idea for the game, which is something which is long overdue, and we'll make a dedicated video talking about this in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Next up, let's talk about fishing. Fishing has also been confirmed to be in Borderlands 4. This is all coming from Tweety Expert. This is who I found out about this from. I will leave a link to her stuff in the description down below. Big shout out to her for this. Fishing is an actual feature of Borderlands 4. You can now go over to bodies of water and you are able to fish up items. Something that obviously was not possible before. But what's interesting about this is that you can also fish up loot to catch, which is then going to be loot you can use in the game, which is kind of wild, right? Like, another new addition to the game, which is just going to increase things you can do, something which I feel has been lacking since way back in BL2. So a really great feature, but that's not all they're adding, because we have even more coming from Tweety here in the form of the character stat sheet, which is a new addition to the game. Now when you are respecing your character, you can see your character stat sheet showing all of the increases or even decreases that your character has on them, something which is no doubt going to help for build crafting a ton, a major quality of life change to the game, and it's going to add so much more information to how you craft your build, and you'll be able to find what you're lacking as well, or what you can improve upon for what you are aiming for at endgame. So again, big shout out to Tweety for this information here. Please go and give her a follow and watch her content. She's amazing, and this is coming from her. And finally, let's talk today about the new additions to boss bars in Borderlands 4. So there are two things to point out here, which is very interesting. So now, when fighting a boss, if there are multiple bosses on the screen, it no longer is going to overlap the boss in the area. They have now added a feature where the boss's health bar can split in two, so you will see two boss health bars on your screen at once. This is something that just was not a thing in Borderlands 3, but in Borderlands 4 it does appear like they are changing this, and now if there are numerous bosses in the area to focus on, you'll be able to easily see which ones you need to focus on there and then, because you'll see which is lower and which is higher. And also something cool that Moxie had posted was that there is a new boss health bar addition, where when dealing high amounts of damage to a boss, it will pop up with stuff like oof on the health bar to show how much damage you have just dealt to that boss in a more whimsical way. So just more little tiny things that add a lot of character and quirkiness to the game, which, like I said, I think have been missing for a while. This stuff is really good and really fun to see overall, and I'm glad that Gearbox are adding this kind of stuff to Borderlands 4. But give me your thoughts in the comment section down below on what you think about all of this. I'd love to see what you think. And guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Borderlands Breaking News. Again, I am sorry for the delay on this. I have been very busy in LA, and also, as you can hear, my throat is just shot from shouting and whatnot. But a big thank you and a big shout out to everybody who came up to me at the event, asked for a picture, an autograph, or whatever. Thank you for being so cool, and I hope you had a great time at the event. Over the next few days, we'll have videos coming out on the story of Borderlands 4, Emily Swan and the Watcher, the modifier system run, and so many more stuff. So make sure you're subbed to the channel. And guys, I hope you liked this video. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll check you all in the next one.